Hey there blues fans, John here with the Blues Guitar Institute, and this is your Tuesday Blues lesson number 150. In today's lesson we're going to get started with the basics of the boom chick sound. I think you're going to get a lot out of this, so stay tuned. The boom chick sound is one of those great techniques that adds a lot of rhythmic life to your playing. And if you want to hear this sound, this boom chick, in action, listen to guys like Chet Atkins, Jimmy Reed, Tommy Emmanuel, and of course Merle Travis. That really, when you listen to their stuff, you just feel this sense of bounce and life, and almost like they're a one-man band. And that's happening mostly with their thumb-picking ability, that real boom chick. And that's what we're going to start diving into today. This is not meant to be an expert level boom chick. This is getting you started. So this is great for a beginner looking for that boom chick sound. All right, so let's get right into it. I'll play an example piece and then I'll come back and I'll talk to you about some of the core elements that you need to focus on when you're trying to get this technique and this example piece down into your playing. So here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're certainly going to play that little piece. Not much going on there, but I just wanted you to have an example where you can hear that boom chick sound in the lower register and that you can hear a melody played on top. So something to work toward, but right now what we're going to do is strip away the melody and just focus on that boom chick sound. So I'm coming from an A minor chord, so you can go ahead and fret that up here. And what that's going to do is leave our 5th string open for the bass, and then we've got the 4th string 2nd fret, that E bass. So we've got an A, B, and then for beat 3, so we're going to do beat 1, beat 2, and then beat 3 is on the 6th string open, and then back to the 4th string E. So if we're just playing the bass here, we can kind of get a sense of that boom chick sound. That's about as stripped away as we can get this. Just focus on the actual bass line that's happening here. And what you'll want to do occasionally in this technique is sort of push through from the 4th string to the 3rd string, so you get more of a fuller chick, if you will. It's a 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom chick, boom chick, boom chick, boom chick, boom chick, boom chick. And before we add a melody to this, I think it's really important that we do 2 things. First of all, we're going to stop and describe some of the minute details of what's happening here with the picking hand, and even a little bit going on the fretboard here that's very subtle. And then the second thing is we need to make sure that we can practice this with a metronome. We're going to do both things. So first off, taking a real sort of zoomed in look at the picking hand right here. What we're going to do is, when you play the boom, I've got a palm mute happening here so that that's not this loud ringing bass note. That's not what we're looking for. I want to cover the bottom 3 strings here lightly, just so I get this sort of dull thud. And not so much a thud. A lot of blues will do this, you know, where it's definitely dead now. We're somewhere in between. If you got the ringing like crazy sound, and if you've got the real dull sound, it's somewhere in between. So lighten up a little bit, but yet put your palm on the strings near the bridge to get this Hear how it's got a little ring to it, just not ringing out like crazy. Boom, chick, boom, chick. The other thing that we're doing on the fretboard is when I play I guess I'm doing two things really with both hands. This sort of combination move is very subtle but really effective at getting a real staccato or short choppy note, especially when you get to this fretted note here on the 4th string bass. I'll sort of snap that note by laying my palm down over that. So even more so. So I've got a light palm mute going anyway, but then I'll choke it out completely with my palm. That really helps get that percussive attack on the chick here, the boom chick. The other thing that I'm doing is I'm very lightly picking my fingers off of the fretboard on the chick. So after I play the chick, boom chick, I'm sort of flattening out to choke out the string with my picking hand, and my fret hand is slightly, very slightly coming off of the fretboard. And what that's doing is I'm not moving my finger off the string at all, but just moving up kind of chokes that note out, just releasing the pressure from the fretboard. At some point, you're not going to be pinching the string behind the fret, and your finger's just going to be laying on top of it, stopping it from vibrating. So a combination of those two gives you that real punchy sound. And that's what you're looking for in this boom chick sound. So the second thing that we need to do is really make sure that we can play this along with a metronome. I've got this Metronome Beats app on my phone, and I'm slowly falling in love with this thing as much as you can love a metronome. But I've got it set to 160 beats per minute right now. But as soon as I start this thing, I'm actually going to cut the tempo way back. There's an option in here to just play at 50%, 75%, 85%, 95%, and 100% of this set tempo, 160 beats per minute. So what I'm going to do is start and go all the way down to 50 beats per minute, and then slowly move up through until we get to 100%. Just playing this boom chick bass line. This is a great way for you to practice this. So here we go. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now we're moving up to 75. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And now 85. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. %. And then 100%. Now this will give your picking hand a little bit of a workout, especially if you play through several rounds, several repeats at each of the tempos there. So again, I've just got this set on 160 beats per minute, and then I'm starting at 50% of that, and then moving to 75%, 85, 95, and then finally 100%. And that's made super easy by this particular app. Just because those buttons are right there as the metronome is doing its thing. The next thing that we're going to do is put this boom chick to work in a very short repeating melodic piece here. So let's have a listen, and I'll come back and I'll talk to you about how we get this boom chick and this melody to work together. Here we go. So what we have there is a very short melody that takes place over 2 bars, and we're just looping this around. This is more for practice in getting the 2 parts to come together than it is for building some super fancy melody. So keep that in mind as you're working on this. So what we're going to do is we're going to still do the boom chick. You can hear it alive and well in this. And we're going to start off with the bass by itself on beat 1, and beat 2 we're going to pinch the bass along with the open first string. Then we're going to pinch the 3rd fret 2nd string along with the 6th string bass on beat 3. So that's the D on the 2nd string. Then follow up with the offbeat, the bass on the 4th string. And that's the first bar in this little melody. And I'll say this, and we didn't talk about it so much in the boom chick only part, but this can be kind of tricky doing this alternating bass 5-4-6-4. Now my hand is programmed to go 5-4-5-4, or just go 5-5-5-5. So either a strict alternating bass on these 2 strings or a strict dead bass. Now doing this skipping doesn't come naturally for me. So that's another good reason to work on just the bass line. And that's a great reason here to work very slowly when you start integrating the melody. So keep that in mind, and know that it doesn't come easy for anyone at first. So we got the pinch, followed by another pinch, and then following up with the bass. Then we're going to pinch back on the 5th string bass, and we're going to hammer onto the 1st fret. So that's the B to the C on the 2nd string. Then bass. And then here we're going to play in between the beat. So there what we did is play this open 1st string, this E note, in between our basses. And then we're going to do the same thing with this D note here that we're ending with on the 2nd string. So let's take a look at that bar played very slowly. And now putting those 2 bars together slowly. And then if we really lay into the boom chick, and playing it a little faster. That's it for today's lesson, and I really hope that you got a lot out of it. That boom chick sound is just this fundamental picking technique that really adds a lot of weight to your playing. Really adds a lot of rhythm, and things just tend to come alive, especially when you can make a melody kind of dance right on top of that boom chick sound. Again, if you want some inspiration, be sure to listen to Chet Atkins and Tommy Emmanuel and guys just like that. They're absolute masters at just keeping that boom chick going. And remember, practice this thing with your metronome just like we did in the lesson. It's great to start and progress through the tempo. If you start out trying to go fast, you're just going to have some bad habits that come right along with playing fast, and it's very hard to remove those from your playing once they're in there. So that's it for today. Be sure to practice smart, play on, and I'll see you in the next lesson.